Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Welcome to the Secrets of a Ghostwriter. A quick reminder too that these tutorials are mostly universal. There are some specific to being the ghost, but generally the same principles apply whether you're ghostwriting or not. One of the biggest areas of discussion, one of the biggest voids in people's knowledge when they start is submitting. Submissions to an agent or a publisher. What do we know about all of this? Well, firstly, a good book is a good book. Can't take anything away from that. Secondly, is it who you know rather than what you know? It can be. Perseverance is a massive weapon to have up your sleeve, but there are some standards that apply regardless to everybody. But do they? So if you go on most publishers' websites, you'll see submission guidelines. And sometimes that means that they're not open for submissions all year round. They'll have a window, a quarter, where it's submission time. I've often looked at this and thought, well, I'll submit anyway, because a good book is a good book. And what are they? They're going to turn it away because you've kind of been cheeky on the protocol. I'm not so sure about that. What would you be looking to submit when it comes to submission time, whether you're playing by the rules or not? It's really simple. The basic guidelines are the first 3 chapters of your book, a synopsis of your book, and a short, no more than 1 page, please, bio on you. Now, people aren't really going to read that bio if you haven't seduced them with the actual manuscript. There's no point in them getting to know you if they don't want to pursue your book. But think a bit differently. That's the standard. This is a personable business where people buy from people. I always think it's smart to send a little 1-minute video. I think a 1-minute video doesn't faze anybody because, of course, you can see at the bottom it's only 59 seconds. What have you got to lose? Well, yeah, I'll click on that. And it suddenly elevates you above the ordinary. It takes you to a level that other people aren't doing. It makes you stand out from the crowd. And your book is everything to you, of course, but your book is one of everything to a publisher or an agent. Who knows how many unsolicited manuscripts publishers get on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So a good book is a good book, but you've got to show a little bit of skill and a little bit of inventiveness to make you stand out from the crowd. I watched a webinar from America about how to, if you like, get under an agent's skin, how to really make them believe in your book. I think the first thing to say is that we're all humans and people behave differently on different days of the week, depending on what's going on in their own life or the weather or business or finance or health or people they care about or if the world's at war, etc., etc. But there is a line which a few of my American friends have used, and it's, you want to make the agent miss their subway stop. Okay, now obviously that's a niche American big city mentality, but if you take that to what it literally means, that should be at the heart of your ethos for your writing. In other words, you can't put the book down. So 3 chapters, not the whole thing. Make sure those 3 chapters are the best thing you're ever going to submit. A short bio, a synopsis of the book that again is short. Less really is more here. These people are overloaded with paperwork. And then that little video that just says you're something different. It doesn't guarantee that you'll get a reply. It doesn't guarantee you'll get published, but it might serve you later down the line when you go again with that process. They may recall you and they might think this person has something about them, I'll give them another look, which is vastly different from your manuscript not standing out from the crowd and just going in the bin, and you not being memorable should you go a second time towards these people. And just one last little thing here. You know, in that process of writing, you may think you are sitting on something colossal. You may not be sure. Your gut feeling is it's quite good, but you're not so confident it's in that top tier. I think particularly as you start off in writing, the temptation to go to an agent or a publisher on your first book has to be massive, because to a degree you're probably conforming to what you think is a certain way that writers do things, get books published. But our generation has the biggest tool in its armory, the biggest head start, which the previous generations didn't have. It's not the end of the world if you don't hear back from a submission, because all those self-publishing options are readily available to you, and they are to be embraced and not embarrassed by, as they might have been by a previous generation. So, short video, short bio, short synopsis, 3 brilliant chapters. I hope that helps. And I'll see you next time when the secrets of a ghostwriter continues.